Folklore 15, The Rostam-Sohrab Tragedy. In a distant age, in the ancient cultural world of Greater Iran, stories were not only written in books. They were spoken aloud, carried by storytellers, and remembered by people from one generation to the next. Among all these powerful tales, one tragedy remained especially unforgettable: the story of Rostam and Sohrab. It comes from the Shahnameh, or Book of Kings, the great national epic of Persian literature, composed by the poet Abul Qasim Ferdowsi around 977 to 1010 CE. Yet long before it became majestic poetry, the tale lived in oral tradition. It belonged to the heroic age, a world of kings, warriors, horses, battles, and destiny. And at the center of this world stood Rostam, the greatest champion of Iran, a hero known for his strength, bravery, and deep loyalty to his land. One day, Rostam traveled near the land of Samangan. There, far from the familiar fields of Iran, he met Princess Tahmineh. Their meeting became the beginning of a secret that would shape the future. From their union, a son was born, but Rostam left before the child could grow up and know him. Before leaving, he gave Tahmineh a token, a special sign that could one day reveal the boy's true identity. The child was named Sohrab. As the years passed, he grew with extraordinary speed and became a strong, fearless young warrior. His mother knew the truth. Rostam was his father. And in many versions of the story, she kept that truth alive through the token, waiting for the day when father and son might finally recognize each other. As Sohrab grew older, one desire burned inside him more strongly than all others. He wanted to know where he came from. He wanted to find his father, the famous Rostam, and stand beside him in power and honor. But the world around him was not peaceful. Iran and Turan were rival lands, divided by old hostility and political conflict. Rostam fought as the mighty defender of Iran, while Sohrab became involved on the side of Turan. Slowly, without understanding the danger, father and son were pulled toward the same battlefield. When they finally met, they did not meet as family. They met as enemies. Sohrab looked at the powerful warrior before him and wondered if this could be Rostam, but pride, silence, and the confusion of war kept the truth hidden. Then the terrible duel began. Rostam and Sohrab stood against each other beneath the shadow of war, each one showing remarkable strength. Their battle became one of the most famous heroic fights in Persian tradition. Rostam's power, usually a symbol of protection and greatness, became dangerous because it was guided without knowledge. Sohrab's youth, courage, and hope stood before the force of the older generation. They fought fiercely, and every movement carried the weight of destiny. At last, Rostam struck Sohrab with a deadly blow. The young warrior fell, mortally wounded. And only then, when it was already too late, did the hidden truth begin to rise from the darkness. As Sohrab lay dying, the token was revealed. Rostam saw it and understood the terrible truth. The young warrior he had defeated was his own son. In that moment, victory turned into unbearable grief. The great hero of Iran was broken, not by an enemy's sword, but by recognition that came too late. In manuscript paintings and later retellings, Rostam's sorrow is often shown as physical pain, as he tears his clothes in despair. Sohrab dies, and Rostam is left with a wound no battle can heal. This is why the story of Rostam and Sohrab remains one of the most beloved and painful tragedies in Persian culture. Through storytellers, manuscripts, schools, museums, and modern adaptations, it still speaks across centuries as a timeless warning about hidden truth, pride, silence, war, and love discovered too late.